Starting in 2026, if you're over 50 and earning more than 150s, the government is forcing your catch-up contributions into Roth accounts whether you like it or not. That's a massive change that affects how you save for retirement. Today, we're breaking down exactly how Roth and traditional 401ks work in 2026 and which one actually makes sense for your situation. Let's start with the basics. According to the IRS, the 2026 employee salary deferral limit is $24,500 for both traditional and Roth 401ks. If you're 50 or older, you get an additional $8,000 catch-up contribution, also up from $7,500 in 2025. That means anyone over 50 can defer up to $32,500 annually. Here's the key. There's no separate, lower limit for Roth deferrals. You get the same $24,500 regardless of which type you choose. And according to Fidelity's 2026 analysis, the total combined employer and employee contribution limit is $72,000 for those under 50 and $80,000 if you're 50 or older. These limits apply to your total retirement savings across all sources: employer match, profit sharing, and your own contributions combined. Here's where 2026 gets interesting and potentially forces your hand. The Secure 2.0 Act introduced a seismic shift that takes full effect this year. If you're age 50 or older and earned more than $150,000 in the previous year's FICA wages, your catch-up contributions must be designated as Roth, not traditional pre-tax deferrals. That $8,000 or catch-up? It has to go to Roth. The practical consequence is stark. You lose the tax break on those excess savings. Whereas previous generations could use catch-up contributions to reduce their current year taxable income, high earners in 2026 must pay taxes on that additional $8,000 upfront. This is mandatory. It applies regardless of whether you elect catch-up contributions voluntarily. If you're in that income bracket and over 50, the rules are the rules. This is one of the most underutilized advantages of Roth 401ks for high earners. Roth IRAs have strict income limits. For 2026, single filers phase out between $153,000 and $168,000, meaning you're completely locked out above $168,000. Married couples filing jointly, the phase-out begins at $242,000 and ends completely at $252,000. These thresholds eliminate six-figure earners from Roth IRA contributions and create pro-rata tax complications with backdoor conversions. But Roth 401ks? They have zero income limits. A physician earning $600,000, a software engineer with $800,000 in compensation, or a business owner, they can all max out Roth 401k contributions without hitting any ceiling. For high earners locked out of Roth IRAs, the 401k becomes your primary Roth savings vehicle. The core question is always this: what's your tax rate today versus your tax rate in retirement? If you're a high earner fading the 37% federal top bracket, which applies to single filers above $640,600 and married couples above $768,600 in 2026, the math is clear. Every dollar you defer to traditional saves $0.37 in federal tax. A $24,500 deferral saves $9,065. That's immediate, guaranteed tax relief. With Roth, you pay that full $9,065 upfront and get zero tax relief today. So when does Roth win? If you expect to be in the same or higher tax bracket in retirement, Roth makes sense because you lock in today's rate and grow that money tax-free forever. But if you expect substantially lower retirement income, say dropping to a 24% bracket, traditional wins because you save $9,065 now and only pay taxes at the lower rate later. If your employer offers a Roth 401k, prioritize maxing it before doing a backdoor Roth IRA. The math is simple. The 401k limit is $24,500 versus the IRA limit of $7,500. That's a 227% difference. Beyond size, Roth 401ks avoid pro rata tax complications. If you have a $200,000 traditional IRA and convert $7,500 to a backdoor Roth, you're forced to recognize taxes on 96.5% of that conversion. That's a nasty surprise. The execution sequence should be: first, contribute to the Roth 401k up to $24,500. Second, max any employer match. Third, if you still want more Roth exposure and have no traditional IRA balances, execute the backdoor Roth IRA. This order maximizes your tax-free space and avoids unnecessary tax complications. The rules around Roth and traditional 401ks are changing in 2026, and high earners need to understand the implications. For a complete breakdown of how employer matching affects this decision and which strategy makes sense for your situation, read the full article at wealthwire.com. And if you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel for more grounded personal finance content backed by real data. There are additional sources linked in the description. Check them out.